welcome to Game Make Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Imagisphere and plot the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of Game Make Corp, Bryce.
And I'm the CEO of Game Make Corp, Beckers.
Last time on this podcast, we made the video game Who's Your Baby? And this time, I have taken the financial sheets from Beckers in her secret compartment, the third drawer to the left on the sixth side. You have to have the special key. It's actually
on the sixth side because my area is a hexagon.
Yes. She's got the fancy desk because she's a fancy lady. And it's a series of puzzles to access it. But I have them. I know how the game did, and here's how it did. So Who's Your Baby is a game about finding out that all babies are the best babies. And what actually happened is people really tried to min-max their babies, both in the game, and they realized that, wait, can I apply this technique to real babies? And it turns out yes. And on one hand, that's kind of bad for the baby, but at the same time, the next generation of humans are going to be the best at everything they do, but they're only allowed to do one thing. Because that's how min-maxing works. This brings
Bryce said that when he did that, I was going to be all like, oh, Bryce did it so much better than I ever did it. And like, I'm sitting here like, I'm not entertained.
Yeah.
That wasn't as good as some of the times I do it, so shut up, Bryce.
There's a couple times where it's like, yeah, it was better.
Sometimes they're duds.
I talked about your very good desk. That was great. It was 6 sides.
Okay, but
I didn't actually read the charts and stuff. There was a lot of words on them. I just were like, hey, what if the babies were real good?
We're not sure he can read.
Beckers, why don't you tell people how they can provide game ideas?
Yeah, you can help us, and you can make this better. If you go to twitter.com and you tweet out a splendid idea, like, give me an idea, Bryce.
A taco car that's made of tacos, so you have to break off parts of the car to make the tacos that you serve, but you also have to be able to move around. So you can't use too much of your taco, or else you won't be able to travel the world.
So you slap that out on the internet, and you put at the end hashtag Game Make Corp. And we'll do it.
We'll do it.
We'll do anything. Look me in the eyes. We'll do anything these days.
Beckers,
there's only so many ideas out there.
Beckers, do you have a game idea?
I do. And it's my own. It's a Beckers original.
Oh, so everybody strap in. Everybody get ready.
In a manner of speaking.
Please put on your mandatory Game Make Corp safety suit. Beckers is going to unleash one of her ideas into the land.
Okay, well, it's only mostly my idea. So have you heard of the popular it's kind of a unique game. It's called Pokemon?
No.
Okay. Well,
people don't know this about me, but I'm actually what the kids call
an idiot.
I was going to say a hipster, but yeah, that's true too. Why don't you tell me about it?
Oh, man. Okay, so Pokemon is based off of like a Japanese thing or whatever. It was called Pocket. I'm a game expert.
Yes.
And I know everything about the history of this game.
You know how like in some companies...
I'm never going to get this out, am I?
You know how in some companies the people who run the company don't know anything about the actual thing that's made or what the people at the bottom do? That's certainly not true with Game Make Corp.
Right. So it's off of a thing called Pocket Monsters.
Uh-huh.
And so it shortened up and it was Pokemon or whatever. Okay, so new idea.
Yeah.
Pocket People.
Okay.
Will be Pokepeeps, right? And
Okay.
instead of monsters like little Charizard, because that would be horrible.
Isn't
You know?
he a big one though?
Yeah.
You said he was
What's
little.
your point?
I want
It's a
people
term
to.
of endearment.
Oh, that's what? When have you ever looked like, oh, look at little Andre the Giant. He's my favorite.
I mean, I do that to my dog all the time. I call him a little tiny baby puppy. He's really big.
I
So I
mean,
call him little.
he is smaller than you. Actually, he's probably about the same size if you laid down and got on all fours and then barked like a dog.
Well, we will have to find that out some other time. That's not now.
Okay.
That's not happening.
Why? Okay. Tell me more about.
Whatever. Pokepeeps.
Yeah.
My whole idea, the whole reason I wanted to do this, I was like, what game can I make where I can put Grandma in a Pokeball and use her to fight stuff? So
Okay.
now we're doing Pokepeople.
Are you also a person? Are you a mon?
Yeah. You're a person.
Okay. That seems bad.
Why?
I think you can already, when you think about it, I think in your head you've already.
I'm not following you. I don't get it.
I think you do though, because I see in your eyes that you had a thing on your face where you were like, actually, maybe I did say a bad one this time, like I do at times.
No, I don't get it. I don't
Okay.
understand.
So I don't know if you knew this, but in the world, in our history,
Oh no.
there's been a thing where people would take other people. And that's the thing that exists. But okay, tell me more about putting Grandma in a Pokeball.
You're gonna put Grandma in a Pokeball. And you're gonna fight her.
Against.
You're gonna put her in a boxing ring.
Okay.
Against some other Pokepeople.
Okay.
Pokepeeps.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Pocket people. Pokepeeps.
Okay, so can
Why?
Anybody be placed into a ball?
I don't know. Can they? Reverse card.
Can I can I be going to the grocery store and be going down the cars grabbing some cereal and stuff, and then lady passes me and she seems both very, very mean, but also like she would fight real good. So I throw a ball at her, and now I both get the food in her card and also her, because she
Well, here's the deal.
did not break 3 on her third struggle.
Here's the deal, Bryce.
Yeah.
This is a game and it's not real life. So no, that wouldn't happen.
Okay. Well,
okay, I've got it. There are two types of people.
We're doing world building here, Beckers. We're building the world.
I have an idea, so shut your trap
where
and let
are
me
the people?
Express it.
Tell me where to
Up
find
your
the people.
butt. The whole town is up your butt.
That's spacious.
It is.
What's it called?
That's what they all said. Are you charging rent?
What's the town called?
Butte.
Butte Town?
Just Butte.
Butte. Okay.
Oh no, I didn't mean. I don't want to continue this for my game.
You didn't.
I was just trying to say Bryce has a big butthole. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, world building.
Yeah, build
There are
that
two
world.
types of people.
Okay.
You can either be a trainer or a Pokepeep.
Okay. Do you get a choice as a person, or are you just born that way?
You are born. Everyone is neutral when they're born.
Okay. And then one
And
day
if a trainer finds you and catches you, you become a Pokepeep. But if you don't get caught and you grow up long enough to catch somebody else, then you become a trainer. So anybody could be either. if they're good enough.
Oh,
But that means that Pokepeep, or trainers,
at what age do you? Oh God, you made it so much worse when you think about it, though. When you think about the things that you said, you made it worse. You know that, right?
no, I don't understand. Why don't you explain it?
Okay, at what age do you have to reach to become a trainer?
You can become a trainer the minute you are capable of catching somebody.
I mean, if a baby throws a ball then they are deemed a trainer?
If they throw it with enough accuracy and power that they capture someone, yes. But keep in mind that nobody wants to be captured.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Uh-huh. God, when you think about it at all, it's just real bad. It's a real bad thing to say that she does say, but we're living here. This is the space that we're in, and yet I have to keep.
Why don't you just get over it and let me make my game?
Okay, so because the way you had set it up, I figured that like it was gonna be like, hey, once you're 6, that's usually the age.
You go into an arena with other 6-year-olds and
yeah, I think is it 10 that most kids are when they become Pokemon trainers? I don't remember. It's about that deal. So I figured, hey, if you can reach 10 without somebody else putting you in a Pokeball, then you're a trainer.
You see, I thought about that.
Yeah. But then that would involve you catching a bunch of small children.
The reason I want it to be this way is because I want you to be able to catch a baby. And it will have its own baby moves.
Go on.
Like puking. And crying. That's like all babies do, right?
Yeah.
Or they could use like a giggle and then like it's a charm type of attack.
Okay.
But only works on not babies. Babies are immune to other babies' charms because they don't give a shit about other people.
Yes,
because they're babies.
Also, babies are
and they haven't learned that.
Very useless in battle. So
that's what you think. As soon as they are captured and put into a Pokepeep ball, all of their natural powers are amplified by 1,000. That's our universe that we're living in. So when a baby screams, it's suddenly much more powerful.
To be fair, it's not really that much worse than the Pokemon universe because it seems very clear that the Pokemon are sentient. They do clearly, like, they can do...
Meowth can literally speak.
Yeah, Meowth doesn't live in a Pokeball, though. He does get to chill out.
Yeah, because he can speak.
But the rest of them do just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do complex math calculations right now, and everybody's like, man, that's awesome. Get back in your ball. You're gonna go fight Charmander later.
And then like wild Pokemon don't want to be caught.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, obviously, like, so
like you have to beat them down until they are too weak to fight you.
Okay.
That is Pokemon. That is literally it.
I am okay. I'm back on board with Pokepeople as long as we brand this as a harsh criticism of the dark doings of the Pokemon Company.
Yes, this is our time to tell you that this game is sponsored by PETA.
Yeah, we're okay. But not the one you think. Actually, this one's by the bread. How did we secure this sponsorship? We don't know. They were just like, whatever your next game is, we're on board. And we're like, okay.
Well, it's this one.
Yeah. Okay. So, what else?
That pause said it all. Like you were, it's like you felt sick, and you're just like, all right, I'm ready for the next part.
It's like someone's about to beat the crap out of you, and you know you can't do anything about it, so you're just like, okay, I guess we get this over with.
Okay, so this is a game.
Good.
This is not real. So there's only so many character models we can make, right?
Okay.
So there's just like baby.
Okay.
That's one character model.
Okay.
You know? That's one type of Pokepeep. And if it's left to grow up, it'll become something else.
Well, yeah. Okay. So this is the this is the thing. Like, there could be like, I assume, like engineers and police officers and store clerks and stuff. Like, those are all. You could capture a literal boxer, and he would probably be real good at it.
Yeah.
Because unless that boxer used to be a Pokemon trainer, because then he's immune. Because then
Nope. Yeah.
or a Pokeperson trainer. Because he's immune. Because as we all know, if you try and throw a Pokeball at a trainer, they can just whack it away and say, "That's mine."
Yeah. It has something to do with the way that it is.
Remember when Ash tried to do that and people were like, "Are you an idiot?"
No, I don't.
I mean, I don't 100% remember it, but it seems like something Ash would do, right? When you think about Ash as a person, it's like, God, that kid, how did he win a championship?
How did he make it like 5 steps out his door? Literally, he crossed the street and he almost died to a flock of Pidgeys. Like,
Yep.
The kid's hopeless.
I think he's just real durable, and that's the only reason he survives. Because he did get effed up by birds, but I think the biggest deal is that he has been electrocuted by his Pikachu like 17 million times, and at this point, it's just a cute prank that Pikachu does because the Ash cannot be killed. They've tried.
So Pokemon trainers, another perk to being a trainer is they are utterly immortal.
Yeah. So everybody wants...
And that is why they capture people.
Yeah.
Because they must entertain themselves in their eons of life.
Okay. I like this now. I've come up with a way that this is good. Okay, so there's a shoot 'em up game that Beckers has never played. Some of you may have played. It starts with the letter H. So you might know what?
Halo?
Yeah, but one of the specific Halos. And it ends in a
Halo 2?
No.
Electric Boogaloo?
No. It ends in a unwinnable battle where you just have to keep fighting guys, and eventually you'll lose because there's too many and you can't heal and stuff. I want this game that like you play, you catch the people and you do the whole thing, and then right when you're about to like become the champion, I want there to be a revolution where all the like normal people that like haven't been caught and aren't trainers are like, this is real effed up. Like, why are we allowing this? So they revolt against the trainers, and so you try and fight off the waves of normal people, of neutral people, that are coming to beat you up. And so you're throwing out all of your Poke people that you've caught throughout the game, and so it's gonna come down to like the winning the game is just how long do you survive that round where you'll be like, man, I got like half an hour in before I got overwhelmed.
Okay, fine. So it's basically like the COD zombie survival mode or whatever.
Sure. But yeah, it's an unwinnable game because it's kind of a fucked up thing that shouldn't be happening. But also, yes, you can put Graham in a Pokeball and later use her to try and
she
stop
has an ability.
Yeah.
It's called "Get Off My Lawn," and actually, sorry, that's Grandpa's ability. And when she uses it, I'm sorry, when he, I messed this up real bad. When he uses it, it forces your Pokepeep out of the fight.
Okay. Can we stop with this one?
Yeah, we can be done.
Okay. I have a properly dark game that is dark in all the good ways because it is dark in the setting of the game. This is a game where 20 people enter a pitch dark room. They all have guns. They fire their guns wildly, and then the lights come on, and then everyone has to solve who killed the people.
This is okay.
Yep.
Go on.
And see, the challenge is that it was dark and nobody could see, and also everybody was shooting their guns, so it's like, how do you know? Because they're all...
Is anyone even gonna be alive?
Yes.
How many people are gonna survive?
It depends on how many fired the guns.
How long do they fire their guns for?
3 seconds. They all have pistols, so they can't... It's not
like an insta-give, right? Like, they don't just die if they get hit? Or do they?
Yeah, they are.
Like, because there'll be people on the ground that, like, aren't dead.
Yeah, I mean, they could take a leg shot. I'll probably be fine.
They're feeling a big
But
ouch.
at least one person, just based on the odds, someone had to take a hit to the heart or the face or the udders.
So you only want to find out
the murderer
who killed that.
It's like a Danganronpa situation in which if you do not discover the murderer, then you all get murdered. Also, surprise twist, all of you had blanks except for one person.
Oh my god.
Yep. There's only one death. You all do have the exact same gun though, because that would have been, hey, this looks like the bullet of an AK-47. Well, Jimmy had an AK. I think it was him. So you all have the same gun.
Okay. Next question.
Yep.
How many bullets?
You all have 26 bullets.
So if only one person has live rounds, they can just look at their leftover bullets. Bryce is calculating right now.
Okay. Everybody fires once. Everybody has one bullet. Some of them are blanks. Some of them are one of them is real. Five of them are real? What's a good number for the real bullets? I feel like the one. Do you think the one
because
is
more than that hurts my head?
What if it's 2? What if it's like a werewolf type situation where this could be a werewolf but in dark room with gun, where some people have special powers, like
2 people have special powers which are night vision.
Well,
and you'll know that each other has night vision because you'll be the only ones able to see, and you'll wave at each other. And you'll make bunny ears behind somebody else, and it'll be hilarious.
Except when the gun flashes, when all the guns shoot, it blinds you because it's too bright because of the flashes. So you can't see when the shots are fired, and also your friend who did the bunny ears was the one murdered.
You did the bunny ears.
Oh, damn it. Now I'm out of the game.
And it would be a real confusing thing if you shot the other person with the real bullets.
Yep. Maybe they asked to borrow my gun to check it for snakes.
'Cause 2 people can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
But 3 is a crowd.
And 1 is the loneliest number
I swear,
that you'll ever do.
I swear our video editor is going to cut this together in a way that's real funny.
I don't think that that's possible. Can we? Let's get out.
Yeah, let's move on because this was a scenario. This was a scenario that I created to make my girlfriend feel better, where she was worried that she was going to get somebody sick. And I was like, there's literally no way for you to be able to do that. It would be like if you were in a room with a bunch of people and fired wildly and been like, who did it? You couldn't find out because it's an impossible crime.
So this was a huge waste of time.
Beckers, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about something really special. We have some people who give us money sometimes. They go to patreon.com/lastgeek and they insert their credit cards into their monitors. And then money it prints like directly to us in a way that's legal. And then I buy ice cream with it. And that ice cream lets me podcast because I can only say 5 words per ice cream I consume. So this is me thanking our patrons who gave me ice cream. This is gonna be the shout out. Ready? Aaron C. Alex Weber. I shouted it out.
Beckers, now that you've done your Patreon shout out, maybe you would like to provide a game idea.
Yes, I would.
Oh, did you told people how to be a patron?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you tell people that we love them?
We love you.
Okay. Okay, what's your game idea?
This game is a suggestion from Dilbert Pickled on Twitter.
Okay.
And it's really something that I could have come up with. It's actually really good. So Bryce asked on Twitter if people had any questions, comments, or clam cowder to submit to his other podcast. This game is all about clam cowder, and it's about to be another immense waste of time.
Clam Cowder. What about it?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not about the clam cowder.
What's
it's
it
about the clam cowder we find along the way. Bryce, what does it mean to you?
Is this like did you put this in the podcast to drag my typo?
I didn't put it here. It put itself here.
Because this wasn't for this one. This was for the other one. And then you brought it into the room and
that's the whole reason it's here.
And then sat it down and said, you wait here. I'm going to show this.
That's the whole reason it's here.
I'm going to show Bryce you and make him just like sniff it. Like when a dog poops in the bathroom.
Rub his nose in it.
Yep.
That's the saying. I don't actually do that to my dogs because it's really easy to potty train without being an asshole.
Okay.
About it.
But are you clam cowdering me?
May the clam cowder be with you.
What the fuck are you doing? What is this?
You're supposed to say
and with
also
you.
With you. This is my favorite game of 2020 so far.
Why? Okay.
It's been inside you all along. Did I already say that?
I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening.
It's been inside you all along.
Clam Cowder?
Clam Cowder.
It's true. All of it.
Clam Cowder. It's a game.
Chewy, we're home.
Okay, I'm ready now. I finally figured it out. I've stalled enough. I'm ready. It's about a clam.
Okay.
that has an udder from a cow.
The force, it binds us, it ties us together. It's like
And the clam cowder
two-sided tape.
Produces a
Remember like 2 seconds ago where she told us, both me and you, audience, I'm speaking to you. Remember, I want to bond with you for a moment. We don't talk enough. Audience, we need to talk for a moment. Do you remember a few moments ago where she said to both of us the words, I have an idea now. I will now say it. And now we're living in that time where she is saying it, but she's not, though. We all recognize that. Both you and me, the audience, we're both here and see that the thing that she said is not an idea per se.
It's a clam. It's a game about a clam.
Okay.
Who has a cow udder.
Uh-huh.
Which can be shortened to cowder.
Okay.
And this clam produces from its cowder.
Yep.
Liquid gold. It's like the Midas touch, but it's the Midas lactation.
And you are a humble fisherman who wants to be a real boy.
It's a game. It's like Where's Waldo, but except it's a battle royale, and you all have to look for the clam cowder, and the first one to find it has the clam cowder. And they'll be rich forever. And that's the game. And there's okay. And the whole game takes place on a series of beaches. Let's go to the beach.
You know what, Beckers?
Let's go get away. What?
Can we erase all of this stuff with the clam and pull out the nugget that you actually made, which was a good thing?
What?
What if we made a Where's Waldo Battle Royale?
Yeah, but what about the clam?
Why? The clam is nothing. We don't need the thing that is bad. We can take that out.
It has to be the
we
clam.
Can take it out and put in the popular
Yes,
characters.
you take the clam out of the water and then you won.
Tell you what, Beckers. Tell you what, Beckers.
Tell me what, Beckers.
We can make a Where's Waldo Battle Royale. And a clam can also be there. And in fact, no one is looking for it.
It's an Easter egg.
No one is looking for it. They're all looking for Waldo, but the clam counter is there, and it does have the udder, and it does give gold.
Oh my god, this is perfect. Because in the game, you're looking for Waldo, but if you find the clam counter and there's still only one of them, then you can shoot its udder at all the other players, and they'll be frozen in place and out of the game, because otherwise there's no way to eliminate other players from the game.
Yep.
But someone else can also find Waldo while you're taking them all out. So you're still looking for Waldo. This is just a way to eliminate the competition.
Yeah. So this
actually sounds dope.
Yeah, but so first person game, finding Where's Waldo. You got all the popular scenes. You've got the beach scene where there's a clam cowder. You've got the snowy mountain. There's a Yeti there. Also a clam cowder.
He's got a clam cowder in his pocket. And you have to defeat the Yeti with your bare hands, because this isn't really a battle royale exactly. Because you're just looking for Waldo.
But by battle royale, we just mean that there's 100 players. And they're all trying to win. Okay, yeah, so it's as first person, which makes this way, way harder, because I don't know if you, like in the Where's Waldo books, you can see all the people. They're all right there. You can just look at them. First person, you can only see like 5 people at a time max, because they're everywhere. And so there's an element of, okay. So, you know how in the Where's Waldo books, there will be people that look kind of like Waldo, but not quite right. Like instead of a black and white
Walder.
shirt. Yeah, well, there's the other secret characters, but there's just people like, oh, he's kind of wearing the hat, but it's just like not quite right, or like he's got the hat but not the shirt or whatever. So you're like, I found him. Oh wait, no, it just looks very similar. What if you could find power-ups that allowed you to get pieces of Waldo's outfit so that people could like see you and you could be a distraction and be like, haha, I wasn't Waldo. You tried to pick me, but I'm not him.
That's a power up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a distraction.
So Waldo, what is he?
A guy? An idea?
He's a guy.
Is he like Batman? Are we all Waldo? Is he the hero that we don't want, but the
Waldo,
one we need?
is he like a little picture you have to find somewhere in this huge open world, which is why it's so hard?
No, I think it's an actual dude who's like in the environment. So you have like an entire city or an entire area. So you have like an entire like big size beach. Like this is a huge deal. There's multiple rooms.
Okay. We will just assume it's as large an area as it needs to be to make this game difficult.
Yep.
To find a human.
Yep. And also there's other humans.
Yeah, looking for him.
Well, there's both other humans looking for him, and also there's 100 people that you have to be like, well, these guys look like they're not Waldo, but maybe some of them do look like Waldo because they got a power up. And then there's the NPCs that are there to distract you, and then there's a Yeti also on the snow, and
he's got a clam cowder in his pocket.
Yeah, and then there on the beach, there's a clam cowder. None of you, at no point in the game does anybody ever say the words, look for the clam cowder. That's just the thing that maybe you gave up. Maybe you
stopped. It's an Easter egg.
Yeah, maybe you stopped looking for Waldo and are like, what if I just like pick up clams for a bit? And then,
I hope that this game is released and nobody knows about the clam for like months. And then one day, someone finds the clam. And then they shoot his udders at stuff. And then they're like, holy shit.
Yep.
So I feel like the game, once people find out about that, they won't want to play the regular game anymore. So at that point, we're going to need to release something more fun.
Actually, so no, I actually really like this idea because then you've got two goals. You've got a race. Are you going to go chasing after the clam cowder to try and take out the other players, or are you booking it to try and find Waldo? Because both ways can get you a win, and you can't do both because you could do both, but you'd probably fail at both equally. So where are you going? Are you searching for the Yeti, or are you looking where you think Waldo will be? Maybe it was Waldo under the Yeti
I would
costume.
never ever look for Waldo.
But
I would only look for the clam.
But yes, while you're looking for that clam, somebody found Waldo. You lost.
And then I would start the next game and begin my hunt again.
Well,
for the clam.
Yeah, so I think we got to make it balanced where it's equal.
Yeah, this game, this Waldo business is getting in the way of my mini game of searching for the clam.
Okay, tell me.
That's what I'm saying. Make Waldo more funner.
Okay, do it. Say what?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you can't. I'm talking to the audience right now. You're thinking about clams.
I love clams.
With udders that are in Yeti's pockets.
Cowders.
Okay.
Because other animals that have udders.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be specific.
It's the other udder. It's the other white meat.
So maybe after a while we release a special version of the game with a yakter.
And that is?
A yakter?
Yeah.
Isn't it obvious?
A young actor.
A yak udder.
Why?
'Cause then it won't turn people solid gold. It'll make them really hairy. And instead of making them totally immobile for the rest of the game, they won't be able to see through the hair.
Beckers, I just cracked this whole thing wide open.
Okay.
What if one of the players was Waldo? So, Waldo is A, trying to hide. B, trying to disguise himself. Maybe he's looking for the yak thing so that he can be real hairy so they won't find him. There's a time limit. So he's trying to run out the time because if he can stay hidden long enough, he wins. So he's got to stay hidden. He's looking for that yak because if he's real hairy, they're going to think he's the Yeti. They're going to try and wrestle him for the clam. He doesn't have it, so they're going to check his pocket and be like, oh, he must not have it. That's weird. I'm going to go look. Because people have to like point at you and be like, you are Waldo, or else it doesn't count.
Can you just point at anybody and be like, you're Waldo?
Yes.
I think yes.
Yes, but it would do nothing. Because they're not Waldo.
And everybody looks exactly the same.
Well, I think so. There are the players.
I like that.
The players can add Waldo stuff. I don't think Waldo can take off his clothes. He can because that would.
What if it gets? I have a follow-up question. What if it gets hot in there?
Then he will continue to wear his outfit like he is canonically done in all of his different settings.
Oh my god. Fine.
Or are you trying to make a Nelly reference?
Probably.
I don't know
if it's Nelly.
I don't know if it's Nelly. If you know if it's Nelly, please write into #Game Make Corp and tell us who wrote the song It's Getting Hot in Her.
It's Nelly.
Proud
of you.
Thank you.
Wow. They answered us so fast.
I'm a fan of the hip hop. Can't stop, won't stop. Gotta drop. I think it's real good if one of the players is Waldo and everybody's got to find him. They got to hide. And also some people are looking for a clam and some people are looking for a yak.
A clam that probably has some type of organ on it. Who knows? All right. I think this is a open and shut case.
Okay. Then I will add a last document to the agenda. As is legally required, we must once again introduce a battle royale to the Game Make Corp company. And
we've been behind on battle royales this year, so now we're doing 2 in 1 episode right in a row.
Quarantine Royale. You and 99 other players are given a time limit to gather supplies before quarantine begins. Can you get everything you need to survive quarantine? The amount of time that you have to be in quarantine and the disease that you're being quarantined from changes between rounds. Beggars, I'm going to ask you, what do you think? Is everybody just dropped in like a superstore and they grabbing all this stuff? Is this maybe like a mall? Like a place where there's several stores? Is this like a town where everybody has to drive to the stores?
Let's do a town.
A town? What, like a smaller size?
A small town.
Yeah. So, okay, what kind of stores? I mean, obviously we got the grocery store, a hardware store.
The other grocery store.
2 grocery stores. Which one do you choose? Maybe everybody went to grocery. What? Let me see. I'm gonna name grocery store 1. Becker's is gonna name grocery store B. My grocery store is going to be what? What's that face?
Grocery store 1 and grocery store B. Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. We're just not going to acknowledge that.
But we did. You existed in that space for a time.
Okay. Well, you asked me. Let's just move on.
Okay. So grocery store 1 will be called Tim Tom's Buckaroo Store for the Big Boys and also Food Emporium. Big Boy Food Emporium. But Big Bob's Buckaroo Food Emporium.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. Let me hear your grocery store that is also an option.
Grocery Mart.
Grocery Mart. So they could go to Big Bob's Buckaroo Food Emporium or a Grocery Mart. Now, when players are deciding where to drop, what does Grocery Mart offer? What's the hot sales? Ooh, that
Okay.
the freaking loading screen. You know how like in PUBG you'll be dropped on the island while everybody loads in? Instead, everybody in the lobby, you get the like Sunday paper and you can like look through the flyers to see what hot deals are to try and figure out which stores to go to. Because you do still have to buy. Are you actually
you're gonna pay for stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
You're not just grabbing shit. You have to.
I was just gonna steal everything.
Okay.
But okay.
I think that's an option, but you could, if it goes badly, you do spend your quarantine in jail, and that's how you lose, I think.
Yeah, because then you have to go with the standard jail supplies.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of people there, and that's not how quarantine works.
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
So here's how it's gonna go. Yep. This is my game now.
Ooh.
You have everybody drops into this town. Everybody drops into the town. They go around and they buy stuff. If you steal stuff, you can go to jail.
Yep.
That's how it is right now. If you have like a countdown timer where you have to get to your house with your stuff, and if you don't get there in time, you get infected and you die.
Yep.
Of whatever it is.
Yep.
So you also have to get back there in time. So going to jail could be a strategy, because if you aren't going to make it home in time, you could just like steal a bunch of stuff and try to get sent to jail, because that's instant.
Yeah, but also...
But you probably still won't win.
Yeah, because okay, so I'm gonna fast forward a bit, and then we'll probably come back. Is once the timer has run out, I think you get a day in game time, but like obviously we're not gonna have people spend an actual day playing. That'd be
24 hours playing one game. That'd be ridiculous.
Buckwild Animal Crossing shit. Nobody's got time for that. So you've got the time limit to gather supplies, and then you have to get back to the house, and then that's where the real battle royale truly begins. I mean, the entire thing's a battle royale, but anyway, then it's who can survive the longest in quarantine. So
I think like depending on what you get, like what you prioritize, that's what's going to decide what you do. Like obviously the amount of food you get, if you don't get enough, you won't last as long as the people who got enough.
Yeah, and
but then like if you don't get any toilet paper, you're going to get hand, foot, and mouth disease.
Yeah, well, see, I mean that is the thing. Like everybody's like, well, why is everybody getting toilet paper? Are the sickness that is going around doesn't involve pooping? It's like, but what if you get diarrhea while you're in quarantine? Then you got it something separate, but it's making you poop real bad. So you gotta be prepared for every situation. It's gonna be some Oregon Trail stuff. We're gonna have some things pop up and be like,
gonna have some dysentery. But you'll have toilet paper, so you'll be able to handle it.
Yeah, but maybe while you were getting that TP, you didn't get some batteries for your remote, and now you can't watch TV.
Yeah, because modern TVs don't have buttons anymore.
Yep. I mean, you're expecting people to stand up every time that they need to watch TV. If that was the case, here's
the meters. There's gonna be different meters in your.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just like The Sims.
Exactly.
It's gonna be hunger, social, hygiene. I guess energy can fuck off because you're gonna be able to sleep as much as you want. But like,
so maybe
fun. How much fun you're having. So like if you're miserable during quarantine, you'll die.
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
I was gonna say it worse than that, but you'll die.
So in terms of social, maybe you need to go instead of like trying to grab so much supplies, maybe you need to go on a date. Maybe you need to find somebody to quarantine with.
Yeah. If you quarantine alone, that's it.
Yeah.
But if like, I feel like half the time when you quarantine, you go to a random house and someone else is also there with their supplies and you both just run into the building and those are the supplies you have to split between you now.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea of maybe like everybody dropped into this town, all the houses are empty, so you have to you're figuring out which house to go to. And maybe you go to a house that already has a nice TV, and so it's gonna have fun covered. But
as long as you get batteries.
Yeah, as long as you got the batteries for the remote. So you gotta be prepared. But also like you could go to the nice neighborhood, but that's far away, and that's gonna give you less time to grab supplies because you gotta travel all the way up there. But
And what if you get there and all the houses are taken?
Yeah, that's the thing. And that guy's got diarrhea.
And what if the only house left is a split level? I'm just kidding. Funny.
I don't get it.
It's like lower value in real estate than a nonce. Anyway.
What the fuck? That was some deep level like realtor shit from a doctor. Were you a secret realtor on the side?
I don't feel like that is a realtor level.
Hold on. Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Secretary, can I please see you in the office? I need to ask you a question about realty. Hello. Are you familiar with split level homes?
Yeah.
Did you know that they have a lower value than other homes?
No.
No? Okay. Would you feel like that as a common known fact?
No.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Like a home of the same square footage.
A home of the same square footage.
If it's a split level, will be worth a little bit less than if it was something else, like a ranch home.
It would have less value. Is that a thing that you would know?
No.
No. Okay, thank you.
It's common knowledge.
Thank you for your time.
It's common knowledge.
And yet. Weird. Okay, so food. I mean, we focused a lot on TP. I do think, okay, we have the grocery stores. That's obviously a thing. There's a hardware store in town. You could go there. There's only one of them there, but you could go pick up a bidet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then you don't need toilet paper for your butthole.
And then you just spray that thing down. You hose it real good, and then although that's honestly, I don't understand why people don't go like, I mean, I'm home. I'm gonna be here. The shower's over there. If I run out of TP, I could just do it.
You could just pee in the shower.
That too. I mean, I was gonna say hose your butt down, but because the bidet does that.
I'm intimately familiar with bidets.
Me too. I've also acquired one.
Bidets are great. They're the way of the future.
So that's an option. Acquiring food, that's good. You should probably get the canned stuff. But I think if you get the like normal, like chicken, like just fresh chicken and stuff, you do get like enjoyment off of it. If you get canned food, it fulfills your hunger.
I think there's a health bar. And if you only eat canned food, your health bar goes down a little. So you want to eat better food for as long as you can.
Okay. Here's the thing that I want to add. What if at least one of the players is sick with the disease? And they're not showing symptoms during that beginning round.
Well, isn't that just like, that means that randomly if the person you choose to bunk up with ends up being sick,
Well, I mean,
you lose?
yeah, yes, but also you don't want to be near them during the resource gathering stage because, they could infect you as well. Because they're sick, they're contagious, they're just not showing symptoms.
Okay, so how about before the round starts?
Mm-hmm.
You have an option to spend some of your money on like gloves and masks and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't think that's a before.
And that way,
I feel like you have to spend time doing that. You could go to you can go to the pharmacy.
well, once you're quarantined, you're not really at risk of picking it up. That's the whole point of the quarantine.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of, if you're not infected, that's the point of the quarantine.
It's the point of keeping infected people away from healthy people.
Yeah, so like if you are just sitting in your house, you don't need masks and gloves and stuff. So I think it makes sense to buy masks and gloves and stuff before you go shopping.
But
so then the more you spend, the less likely you're going to catch it.
Well, see, I'm saying that you can, if you're worried about that, you can right away when it starts go directly to the medicine store. And that's your first stop. You go pick up those supplies, then you go elsewhere. It's costing you time, it's costing you money, but you are more protected from catching that stuff.
And if you don't go at all,
then you're running the risk of one of the people, because you're obviously probably going to be coming in contact with these 99 other players. One of them could be spreading the disease.
Okay, and so the person who has the disease, they can't win the game by quarantining, right?
Right.
So what they have to do
is infect everybody.
Infect people, yes. But they have to do it like a normal human fashion, So they walk around, they go to stores, and they lick doorknobs. I think the infected person only is introduced like halfway through the buying phase.
Okay.
That way, they can't just go everywhere. So not everyone's going to be infected.
Or should we just make an infected bot? Should we add in a bot that looks like a normal player?
I would enjoy playing the infected person.
Okay, so Beckers is now going to dedicate her life to playing this game at all times. Tell you what, Beckers,
and licking doorknobs.
You can hack into the game and overtake this character at any point. But normally, unless this is like they're in like Dead by Daylight, there is a deal of like, hey, I'm queuing as a survivor or I'm queuing as a killer. You could queue as an infected.
Yes.
But so as an infected, if you're going that route, you do need to appear like you are a normal person, or else people are very clearly going to stay away from you. And so you need to look like you are also stocking up for the quarantine and stuff. But I'm gonna grab this toilet paper. Actually, I didn't need it. I'm gonna grab this and then put stuff back. But maybe you got to have some stuff in your cart so that people aren't like, why are they just grabbing stuff? They don't have anything in their cart. They're probably up to no good.
Right. And okay, so the other part is you're limited by money. You're also limited by other people buying things up first.
Oh, I love the idea of like you get
doorknobs?
Well, no, that you get most of the players infected, and you're like, okay, they'll probably like end up in the houses together, and so you're like, but there's somebody I think was separated. They went to they actually got gloves and stuff. They're actually very protected from me. So I've got to figure out which house they're going to and get them there.
But once they're in the house,
well, they're fine unless you're also in the house.
You pick the house as the safest person. Yay.
Yes.
The infected person wins points to buy skins or some shit.
Yeah, it's all about the skins.
Right. based off how many people they infect.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason battle royales exist, because nothing carries
Right.
on between them. It's just about the cool skins.
Yes.
I mean, maybe you can dress up as Waldo.
Yeah, so because only one person is the best quarantini, right?
Yeah.
So they're the one who lives the longest when completely isolated from the outside world.
They
or
can
two people, I guess, since they share a house.
Yeah, and maybe it's grouped by houses. You can do like duos and stuff.
Yeah, you can do singles where you have no idea who you're gonna room with, and it's zany and wacky. And you can do duos where you actually plan out who buys what.
Yeah.
And you can do, I guess you can do a squad and do 4 people houses or whatever.
Oh,
that would be a different mode.
Beckers, you ready for me to crack this wide open again? I
Here we go.
I brought a sledgehammer today.
You need to get like a sound of a cracking egg or something.
Okay. And then holiday season. The game's been out for a while, and we're like, we need to bring people back to it. Holiday season comes around. We add in that the quarantine happens on Christmas. You need to do your Christmas shopping along with preparing for the quarantine.
Yeah. Okay. I've got more along with this. So you gotta buy gifts for your other people. Yeah. Also, on Halloween, there's gonna be trick-or-treaters. Ooh. And we're just gonna accept that that's gonna happen. You don't get to think about it too hard. There's gonna be trick-or-treaters. Some of them will be infected, so now you have to buy medical supplies. There will be more to buy.
Yeah.
To balance, but you have to buy.
But you have the same amount of time. I think maybe the amount of time that you're in quarantine is less. So you have it's a little bit more balanced, but you have more to figure out.
Well, you'll expect people not to survive as long because they have to give stuff to trick-or-treaters.
Yeah. I mean, you could just put a bowl of candy outside, but that could be the riskiest.
The first trick-or-treater will steal it all.
Yeah, they'll steal it all. Then the next kids will come banging on your door going, "Where's my candy?" And they'll probably...
And then one of them will fart in your window and then you'll die.
Yep. They'll probably throw eggs at your window and it'll break the window and all the germs will get in.
But opening the door to give them candy doesn't let the germs in.
Yep. The kids are wearing masks, so it actually covers their face in a way that helps keep the germs protected. The kid dressed as Chewbacca, he's you don't have to worry about him. I did say it at the beginning, and I do want to add that in before we kind of put this one to bed. We should have different diseases for between rounds, because obviously we have like the flu-ish one. That one's gonna be a deal. I do want one that makes you poop real bad, so that
dysentery.
Is that the pooping one?
It's a pooping one.
Okay, is it contagious?
Think so.
Okay, so we're gonna do dysentery, and so that you really get out, it's gonna be a mad dash for that TP. You could go for the bidet, but if somebody else got to that bidet first, you're gonna feel like a real sucker not going for the TP. I wonder if people think that the like water will be turned off, but then what would they do with the TP?
If the water's turned off, I'm gonna give up.
You're just gonna accept your fate.
I'm gonna forfeit. I'm gonna forfeit. If the water gets turned off, I'll just forfeit.
Yeah.
The internet will be turned off first, and I will have forfeited then, so it won't even matter.
I'm not sure that's true. I feel like...
Sure. Won't the internet be turned off before the water?
I feel like it's easier to maintain the internet than it is to maintain the water system.
Maybe. Stretch.
What's some other things, diseases that can be incorporated?
Herpes? That will be the Valentine's Day special episode. You've got to hook up with a few people.
A few people.
With a few people. But one of them, or a few of them, they're going to have herpes.
Halfway through the game, there's an orgy. Did you practice safe
Halfway
sex?
through the game, there's an orgy, and if you didn't properly prepare, then that's on you. And so are genital warts, lesions, ulcers,
Anything else?
little monsters.
Any other diseases, or we can end on
Any
herpes?
We can end on herpes. I'm happy with herpes. Don't clip that.
Please clip that. Okay. What are we calling it? Quarantine Royale? Because that's honestly not a bad name.
Yep.
Quarantine Royale. I swear this one's not the most insensitive game we did this episode.
It's not, is it?
No. We could
I will
have
always
done
wear
worse.
that crown.
That's why you are currently wearing that crown. People think it's because of the poster, but it's actually her bad person crown.
That's me.
Yep. Okay. Quarantine Royale coming to game merchandising explosion near you. Beckers, might I ask you where people can enjoy your content?
Twitter.com/Dr. Beckers with a Z. Twitch.com/Dr. Beckers with an S.
Instagram?
No.
Facebook?
No.
Periscope? I think that's just Twitter as well. I think Twitter owns Periscope.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is there a social media called Periscope?
Yeah, it's a if you want to live stream from Twitter, it's called Periscope, or at least it was. I think it's.
I thought you were literally saying a periscope. Yes, that's why I made that face too. Can we move past this? Where can people find you?
Becker's is like split level homes are valued less. Common knowledge. The live streaming platform Periscope. No one knows about that.
No one knows about that.
If you know more about Periscope, the live streaming platform, then the fact that split level homes are valued at less than standard level homes, hashtag Game Make Corp, hashtag Bryce was right.
If you know more about the fact that split level home, a split level is an undesirable trait in a home that makes it less. It's cheaper to build and the home costs less. You know, if you know that fact and you know less about Periscope, then say hashtag Game Make Corp, hashtag Beckers was right.
Okay.
No one's gonna do this.
No, but
Or you can just
what if they did?
just say I was right.
Just say it out loud.
One time we did a poll and everyone said I was right.
Yeah.
And I will remember that for the rest of my life.
I didn't put up the last poll.
I don't even remember what it was about. We argue a lot.
I don't remember either. And that's why it doesn't exist. But if you can actually
I was probably right though.
If you can actually just say out loud in your home what you believe is the correct answer, that would be great for us.
Please. I would sleep well at night knowing someone did it.
And we will know if you do it. So
I'm
please.
just picturing it. Some random person just sitting there and being like, looking around to see if anybody can hear and just going, Beckers was right. Because that's what they would say.
Jimmy, did you say something? No, Mom, don't. I'm just saying things. Bye.
Just saying things.
That's how you start a podcast.
Give me a shout out like I gave those other people a shout out.
What?
Earlier. Patreon shout out. Give me a shout out the same way.
Dr. Beckers smells like roses.
How do you know how I smell?
You can follow me on twitter.com/lastgeek, instagram.com/lastgeekplays, twitch.tv/lastgeekplays, facebook.com/lastgeek. Please say that you're interested in going to the Extra Life event for Last Geek, and please say that it would be more enjoyable if Beckers took a moment from her life and came and participated in a way that isn't virtual. And if you, this is important, this is the number one, you can forget all the other like follow us on Twitter stuff, that's great, but this is the one thing I want you to take away from this podcast. If you enjoyed it, please tell somebody else it exists. The likelihood of someone searching for the words Game Make Corp on their Twitter, on the like podcast app, is very, very low. We need somebody to say that they should search for it and or grab their phone and just add it to their podcast feeds. Please tell people this exists and that it's a good podcast. We would very much appreciate it. But this brings us to the end of the podcast, in which Beckers tells everybody,
remember, have fun.
bye.